All right, welcome back. The Side Pockets Blue Springs here at the Kansas City Open. And right now we've got a juniors match. And what a match it is. Remember, we're still in the group stages. We got Brady DeVerna and Shane Petrick. Both great players. And Brady DeVerna, champion, the Iowa Juniors. And I am Mike DeMarco from Ship the Cast. Joining me, Mr. Stephen Wyatt. Stephen, I'm familiar with Brady, and I know you know Shane. Tell us a bit about Shane.
Yeah, so Shane Petrick is from the Houston area. Actually, a little funny story about Shane. The first time I ever saw him, he wasn't barely tall enough to see over the table, but I saw him playing at a National League event, and the kid was just impressive. And I actually saw him about the same time another really, really good pro-level player saw him. We were talking about it, and we actually got him hooked up with some lessons, got him kind of started, and his mom is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Shane is a champion all the way around. He's so humble, and I know Brady's the same way. Brady is such a humble kid, and that's one thing I love to see in these junior events is kids who are competitive. They shoot amazing, but they're also very humble about their ability.
Yeah, and that's really what you look for in a player, especially a junior. You know, Brady coming from the Northeast area. You see him often at tournaments in leagues over in Rhode Island, Massachusetts. And he's a player definitely just putting the work in. And, of course, he went the distance, as I mentioned, in Iowa. Really nice to see that. But both players have their hands full, to say the least. Both very, very talented. As Brady gets down to these last couple of solids.
Yeah, both of them. One-time runner-up, one-time champion. And I'm excited to see this match. This is a group stage match. So the winner of this could very well go on to win the entire event. They've done it before, so lots of implications on this match.
Yeah, I could totally see either of these players in the final and hoisting that trophy. Brady DeVerna taking rack number 1 in perfect style. Just getting it done. Shoot all the balls in, nothing to discuss afterwards. It's always the best advice for a player.
Absolutely. There you see Shane Petrick. Jordan Chavouche will tell you that Shane has the best hair in Ultimate Pool USA. And I'm halfway inclined to agree.
Well, coming short only to Mr. Tony Holgate, of course.
Of course, absolutely.
Tony's got the best due. But these two gentlemen, young talents, paving the way for the future of our game.
I really like the way Brady ran that rack out. He looks so comfortable. So you can clearly tell that he's devoted a lot of time to practice and his routine. And that's something that, when a young player figures that out, that's usually the first step to that next level.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Both players definitely take the game seriously. It's not just a side quest, if you will.
He gets a ball down on the break. I think I have to like the solids here, only because of the 9-ball. Don't really want to take the duck as your first one. I like him maybe shooting the 1 in the side.
Yeah, I think he just wants to move the 7 here. He just doesn't want to mess with the 4-ball combination. But he hit the point and in the jaw of that corner pocket. So his cue ball arrived a bit lower than he was hoping. Simple recovery. And it looks like he still has the 1.
Yeah, I think he's got the 1 ball. He'll be able to float down for the 3 if needed.
Yeah, Shane really limited with options at this point. He's going to play the 4 to the 2. You see him pulling back just a hair. He wants to stay under the 6 if he can. If he can draw it towards the 13, that orange stripe would also do. Just needs to have a natural line to get up to that red 3 right above the 8 ball. You know, kind of working his way to the finish line. And he's lost the cue ball. So Brady DeVerna, chance to go 2-0 ahead.
Yeah, big moment.
Yeah, definitely. Brady looking to take his last juniors title here in Kansas City as he just turned 18. So this will be his last swing as a junior. Just graduated high school. And he'll be attending the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
That's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. He wants to be a pilot. And you know what? He's going to be.
Well, and I gotta love that. I mean, somebody who sets their mind to stuff. We've seen him set his mind to pool, and he's done well in it. And to see him be a pilot would absolutely be incredible.
Yeah, Brady's a 4-time Rhode Island junior champion. Of course, we mentioned he won the Junior Open in Iowa, Ultimate Pool. Last year, he was the runner-up here in Kansas City. And in Florida, Junior Open, 3rd place.
Incredible.
Yeah, Brady definitely managing his, his life goals and career, and at the same time pursuing his passion for pool.
It's awesome to hear. Yeah, Shane just turned 16, and I think he's still just weighing his options on what he wants to do. He's still got a lot to figure out there.
Yeah, a lot of time, too. 16, just a baby.
Yeah, absolutely. But he definitely loves pool. His schedule is always packed full of pool events. As you see Brady take down rack number 2.
Yeah, 2-0 head start for Brady DeVerna. 34 minutes remaining.
The one thing I love about these juniors, and you walk around this room the same as I do when we're not on, and I can ask you the question and know that you'll know the answer. If these guys aren't on a match, you can find them in one spot. It's the only open table in the event because it's a snooker table, and there's probably 10 juniors wrapped around it waiting for their chance to shoot because all they want to do is play pool.
That's right. Yeah, they're still just having a really, really good time, having fun, and I think all of the adults that are competing this week can take some cues from the juniors. Just enjoy yourself. Have a good time. The results will come. Just do what you're supposed to do. Play pool.
100%.
All right, here we go. Rack 3, Brady DeVerna.
Took a little bit off that one. I think it's going to cost him. No ball in the break.
Yeah, still some congestion. Had some time to talk with Brady about his break, and he said that was really his only struggle so far in the event. Not really getting it where it's dialed in. So, he actually went over to a neighboring room and practiced the break for a little bit yesterday. And he came back today and said, hey, I've decided I'm going with a 2nd ball break. And he's going to try to hit medium speed. That's what he's going to be working towards here. So, I mean, things like that, taking it that serious. Hey, I don't have a match till X time tomorrow or later on in the night. You know what? I'm not just going to sit here. I'm going to go work on my break. I'm going to try to get this done.
Well,
and that's what it takes.
That's a sign of somebody who's truly devoted, and they understand that you can't just sit around. You have to constantly be trying to improve.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't wait for it to happen. You have to make it happen.
And Shane's very much so the same way. He spends a lot of time at Skinny Bob's down near Austin. Anytime there's an event there, he's always there. And the only tables that they have available for practice down there are a couple of 3-cushion tables. So himself and several other high-level players tend to sit there and play 3-cushion in between matches. He's, I would say, a prodigy of Roberto Gomez. Roberto spent a lot of time with Shane.
Perhaps he took some hair coaching from Roberto.
Possibly.
You know, possibly a sponsorship with the hair gel.
I would go after it, honestly.
Yeah, why not? Shane definitely pure talent, and at just 16 years old, there's no telling what heights this young man can reach. First two racks got away from him a bit, but we know that it's going to be tough. Yeah, I could see either of these players hoisting that trophy in just a few days' time.
Now, I'm going to ask you this, because I know Shane is. I know he won his group. Is Brady also in the Open?
I believe he is. If he had a chance to get in, he'd be in.
There you go.
He's, I want to play every single tournament that's there. We're making the trip. Put me in everything.
I love it.
Yeah, and I suggest that for all players as well. I always say, Stephen, if the money doesn't hurt, play everything. Literally everything.
Absolutely. There's a lot of players that do, especially our female players. You'll see a ton of female players playing the mixed pairs, the women's, and the Open.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of events. That's a full day and a half in 24 hours.
Yeah, and that speaks volumes to the value that you get as a player at the Ultimate Pool USA events. I mean, I can't stress it enough. You come here, you can play 1 million matches in all these tournaments. I mean, huge value.
Now look at this. You might see Shane cut this 8-ball in the top right if it doesn't go between the 2-4. Yeah, he's looking at it now. This is not an easy shot, and the cue ball is going to be a question mark.
Got to be careful. The cue ball could go off the rail, off the 4 in that corner. Got to be mindful here. Need a bit of good luck, too. Oh, it just falls.
The lucky side of that is that the 8-ball did not fall.
Yeah.
And Brady has no shot on the 1-ball. I expect we're going to see Brady play a Loctite safety. I'd love to see him try and stick it down here behind the 6.
He's going to try to make something happen. Let's see what he's come up with here.
This could be dangerous.
He's put him in a really tough spot. In turn, though, he's also put his 4 in a tough spot. But, of course, we know he has to make an attempt here. Has to make an attempt.
And I think just trying the 1 rail and just playing a nice low speed. He's actually going to try and go 2 here. Yeah, just tough to get the angle. You really had to come in, trying to come in between the 1-4, and it was just a tough one. But yeah, like you said, Brady's gonna just keep moving this now. You got to be careful here, because if Shane isn't left with an opportunity to shoot a shot like this, this will be a stalemate. I'm almost positive. He's gonna check to see. Yeah. So what happened there is it doesn't matter what the improbability of making a shot is. As long as there's a path for the cue ball to pass, it will be a good play. But the moment there is no legal attempt to hit your ball, it's going to be a stalemate, no questions asked.
Yeah, Brady, you can see the facial expression. He wasn't aware of that. Always got to be aware of all of the rules and technicalities in the format that you're competing in. But, we're going to continue here.
There is a bright side to this. Brady did not let Shane get the rack, and all that time spent on that rack is gone.
Yeah, so he's still got the lead, and the score hasn't changed. As you mentioned, just more time off the clock. So 29 minutes and some change, 2-0 still to Brady. And Brady having the break, that's a big advantage. I mean, if he makes a ball here, very easily could run out. Let's see what he comes with here. Second ball break again. Put a little bit more into it that time. Yeah.
No love.
Yeah, nothing going to fall. Still kind of a congested rack, though. I think I'd like to see Brady hit just a bit more pace and kind of keep the cue ball a little higher after the connection. His cue ball went a little low after connecting with the rack. So he could put a little bit more power, same positioning on the cue ball. That would be a good equation.
Now, Shane has the solids at this point, and the 3-ball looks a little tough, but honestly, if you are able to get a straight shot on the 6-ball, all you got to do is roll up. He doesn't get straight here. He's actually going to be running into the 3-ball, I believe. You got to be careful here.
I think he's going to dig and try to nudge that 4-7.
Just like you called it.
Yeah. Just try to get yourself more options to get there. He's got the 5 that he can drop down behind the 3. Perhaps the 3-ball does pass that 14. I mean, it looks like he was eyeing it up.
Yeah,
Also could thin the 3 and try to pocket the 14.
That's a good play. I like that. I think he might just play the 3-ball and maybe try and block the pocket a little bit. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a mishap there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what he wanted to do, but I don't think that really helped him out. Didn't do him any favors, progressing the rack. You want to be able to run the balls out if you do get that opportunity. Brady's got a chance for this one, thin into the side. Very nice swing, but manages the cue ball as well. So really only vision on the 4.
Yeah, he might be able to touch the 7. I don't think it goes.
Yeah, I think he only has a line to that purple 4. That's what he's looking at here.
Now, the nice thing about it is if he makes the 4-ball, he can get just a little bit of movement on the cue ball, maybe bounce that 3 out.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to attempt here. Well, fortunate for Shane. Does have a line on this 5.
Got to start looking at that 8-ball as well. The 8-ball, one pocket, and it's just not feasible to get there. You have to be, just above where the 5-ball is now to shoot it in the top right-hand corner. It's going to be tough to get that way.
I'm not sure what his plan of attack is. I mean, he's going with the 7 here. You have to. But as you said, Steven, that 8-ball is in trouble. He's going to have to progress that somehow, and it's, again, that quintessential 8-ball story. Save the problem for the end. Can be problems.
All right. He doesn't really have a shot. If he hits this ball absolutely perfect, you could try and drop it into the side pocket, but the chances of it going are slim. He's looking to cut this in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, he could do that. I think he might nudge the 12 on the bottom with the cue ball. Might help him out with the 8-ball. And that's going to be swing and a miss. He did block the pocket, but I don't think Brady's going to have to use that top left corner. So 15 ball to start. Brady with a huge advantage here now. He's still got some things to work out. You may see him play the 11. Yeah. Right into the 8, and you want to go square into it. Just like that. Very nice.
9-ball will go in that side pocket once the 10 is gone.
I don't mind. I mean, he's close to the rail. I was going to say maybe the 9 to carry him the 10 and play the 9 to the corner, but being that close to the rail, it can get a little dicey. So this is perfect. You just play the 10 ball, stay above the 9, and you see him gauging that line there. He's going to roll forward, play the 13 to the left side, and then probably 12 to the bottom left, and then the 8. Both of these players very aware of their patterns and how they want to finish the racks out. You see, he's eyeing up like he wants to draw here. And, that's really just player preference. You don't have to go forward for the side. Although it is preferred if you have the option to draw or follow for the position. Usually follow is encouraged. It's a bit more control. Very nice shot, and he leaves himself just the right angle. He can float out and play the 8 to the left side pocket.
really fantastic play by Brady so far. Really, his only true mistake was not realizing that stalemate would end the game, that safety that he played.
And a dry break.
Yeah, dry break.
And
Yeah,
that was it, yeah.
He's played fantastic.
Yeah, great stuff. Young Brady DeVerna from Coventry, Rhode Island. Very determined individual. And there it goes, 3-0 ahead, Brady DeVerna. Giving the Northeast some nice praise there.
And Shane, obviously going to be a little annoyed with himself, but I'll tell you what, you would never really know it because I'm telling you, there's adults out there that could learn a ton from this man's demeanor. He's so respectful and just, I can't say enough good things about him. And you can tell that his support system, his parents have done really well to raise him correctly. Same as Brady, very respectful. I love seeing these juniors. It might be my favorite part of the entire weekend is seeing kids who play so well.
Yeah, I mean, I could never say anything is my favorite part because it's all my favorite. You couldn't get me to pick. It's like a menu with all of my favorite foods on it, and you say, hey, pick one. It's like, nah, just give me all of it. But, yeah, I agree. I mean, this juniors event, really nice to see, kind of a looking glass into the future of the sport and get to see what's to come. As Shane Petrick looks to attack rack number 4. I mean, it's a race to 4. So, got to be considering the time and the score line. 23 minutes. And Shane's got a lot of ground to make up. Definitely possible. Definitely a tall hill to climb, but not out of the question. Shane Petrick, more than capable of some quick runouts. It was very good that he didn't clip that 14. That could have been a scratch there.
Did he get enough to make the 6? Nah, he's not even looking at it. Well.
No, you can't pocket the 6 outright. He's going to play defense here.
Smart shot.
I think if Brady can get to the top side of the 10, he might bank it towards the 6 and run the cue ball, but looks like he actually has the 9 to the top corner. If that shot's available, he's going to shoot it. Alternatively, he could bank the 10 cross side and stay at the table, but a little bit more difficult. Brady's just weighing his options here.
The 8 ball is a big question mark at this point.
Yeah, I think that favors Brady in this case. Look at this shot. Unbelievable. He ties up the 4-1 to boot.
And now he has an opportunity. He can cut that 13, play it with just a little low English, let it go to the top rail, and maybe pop that 8 out.
Well, I think he's going to wait just a little bit to do that. Although I agree with your line, I think that he wants to bide his time and just make sure that he's going to go the distance before removing that 8 ball. And he's going to come shy. He wanted the 15 there. So it's going to be the 13 to the top right. That's his backup shot. He's going to stun the cue ball towards the 15.
I really like the safety here, too. It's kind of a two-way. Shoot the 13, let your cue ball drift between the 11-15, maybe bump the 8 out as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just doesn't want his opponent to come to the table.
He got both in one. What a fantastic shot.
Yeah. Brady, a very smart player. And, weekly, he's competing with some of the best. Fearless player. He's got a lot of good examples. As you said, Shane Petrick working with Roberto Gomez often. So those are the things that really are the building blocks, to that successful future.
Brady playing this rack out absolutely incredibly smart. He was very technical, knew exactly what he had to do, and he's executed it well. And he is just an 8 ball away from the win.
All right, last shot here. Brady DeVerna takes it down in style. 4-0 win for Brady DeVerna. Congratulations to him. We look forward to seeing him continue his run in the juniors along with Shane Petrick. All right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with more tournament action here in Kansas City. We'll be right back.
At APD Studios, we don't just design pool rooms. We build experiences around the game that we all know and love. I'm Adam Pfeiffer, a licensed architect for 10 years and a nearly 25-year pool player. I bring nearly 2 decades of real-world experience designing, setting up, and optimizing pool rooms and tournaments, both locally and nationally. Whether you're upgrading your pool room to host larger tournaments, planning a full-scale event, or just looking to perfect